Good night, and thank you so much for having me here. It's an honor to be here with you today. I'm pretty good, thank you. How are you doing, dear?
Yes, I'm good, and thank you very much for your precious time. So, madam, I just, dear viewers, at first, I just want to introduce you a topic of the day that is about learning language through life, reflecting on context, meaning, and engagement in ESL in education. So, this is our topic on which today we will be going to have a discussion. But before going to dive into today's engaging discussion, so, madam, please introduce yourself comprehensively before our audience so that our audience may get to know about you, please.
All right, sure. Well, I'm Sahar, as it's written. I've been teaching English for almost 7 years, and I've got BA and MA in English language and literature. Moreover, I hold a CELTA and TEFL degree, and in addition to IELTS. I've been teaching English to different ages, from like young learners to teenagers, adults, and IELTS classes. And I've got, let's say, international experience from the students with different countries. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Mhm. Okay, that's great. You know, you have a 7 years of teaching experience. So especially in the field of English as a language, it's English as second language, especially ESL context. So in this regard, the very first question I would like to ask over here, that how does connecting language learning with a real life experience improve understanding in ESL learners, especially when
All
it
right.
comes, suppose if you are connected with the real people, so then you have a different something different way. But when you are just trying to learn the language without the native people, without any person who is, having the real life exposure, so then you learners as well as teachers face difficulty. So what do you think about it? What is your perspective in this regard? What do you say about it?
All right. First of all, I'd like to start with a simple definition of a context. What do we mean by it? By context, we mean like a real life situation in which the learner can relate to the topic, and the context makes the learner mentally ready. And context is like a kind of conceptual bridge. It's like a bridge between the student's existing word and the new language. So it's kind of like moving from known the student's knowledge to the unknown. And this is the fact that is known as the scheme theory, to move from the known to the unknown. And that's the main function of the context. And the context, in regard to your question, it has like three different layers. First of all, it's about like the situational context. And what do we mean by that? Like the physical situation, or like who is it, when is it, what is it? Secondly, it's about the linguistic context. And we mean like the words and the sentences and the grammar that is used. And finally, the cultural context, which refers to the underlying layers and the norms in the society. So context with including all these layers is like a bridge that moves a student from the known to the unknown and makes the understanding much easier for the students.
Yes, definitely. And you are very right in this regard. So there are different applications as well these days in which you can just install, and it looks like that real way communication. So at the same time, we can also adopt those applications, and we can just have a real way connection as we want to learn from the natives. So this is somehow it works for the some extent, but not something like a completely just like as natives. So there is a difference between the human human teachers and AI teachers. So there is a difference between both of them, and especially when you are going to have a real way interactions, that is somewhat like altogether a different thing. But when you are just connecting through AI, so that is somehow different. So what do you think, what is the basic difference between both of them, and how would you rate out, especially
Well,
real life?
definitely. Okay. Well, definitely that's true. By the real life situation, we don't necessarily mean like the human kind of interaction. It can be a game, it can be a video, it can sometimes be a question, and the use of AI, I personally believe that it can really improve not only the context, all aspects of the teaching. Like I unfortunately see that some teachers are having discard